Hi, I'm Keisha. Welcome back. I mentioned in a previous video that I spent some time living in South Korea. Well, last Thanksgiving, November 2017, I had a chance to go back and visit a friend of mine. And while there, of course, I had to revisit some of my favorite restaurants that I became extremely familiar with over the course of my time there. So today I want to show you how to make hobakjuk, or pumpkin porridge. It's extremely delicious, super easy to make, and it's perfect for a really cold winter day, sort of like what we're having here today. So let's go ahead and get started with hobakjuk. The ingredient that gives this porridge its thick velvety texture is chapsal, or sweet glutinous rice. You can find this at your local Asian grocer, but if you're unable to get your hands on this, alternatively, you can also use sweet glutinous rice flour. It'll thicken it just the same, but the texture is going to be very smooth, and honestly, to me, it's like eating baby food. But I do use this if I'm in a bind and I don't have rice, and I just really gotta have some hobakjuk like right now. So don't worry, you can use it, it'll be fine, but the texture will be different. Take a heaping half cup of rice, and by heaping I mean just a little bit over the rim, and put that in a blender, and with that add 1 cup of water, and we're going to let this sit for 45 minutes to an hour. I have here about a 3-pound kabocha squash. Kabocha is just a Japanese pumpkin, and if you can't find this or don't have it currently on hand, you can also use a regular pumpkin. And with our rice soaking, I'll begin by quartering and deseeding this kabocha squash. Now that my kabocha has been quartered and deseeded, I'm going to place it on a baking sheet and put it in the oven at 400 degrees for 45 minutes. Let the kabocha cool just enough so that you're able to handle it, and then scoop out the flesh with a spoon and put it in a pot. Don't worry about the strings. You won't be able to notice them once the porridge is done. This is all of my squash in the pot, and now that I've finished, I will turn my attention back to the rice. The rice has been soaking for an hour, and now it's ready to be blended. I'm going to blend this so that the rice is pretty small, so I'm going to let this go for about 30 to 45 seconds, after which, just dump it all into the pot. Now that the pumpkin and rice is in the pot, I'm going to top it off with an extra 3 cups of water. I'm going to add the water to the blender where I blended the rice just to make sure that I've gotten all of the rice from the bottom. Turn the pot on medium-high heat and begin to slowly and carefully mash the pumpkin with a potato masher. Alternatively, you can blend this in a blender or use an immersion blender if you prefer. I like to hand mash it because there will be bits of pumpkin that are left, and I really like that texture. So I'm going to mash this until it's the texture that I like, and then let it simmer for another 20 to 30 minutes, stirring occasionally. I'm adding an optional pinch of salt and will begin to sweeten my porridge. I like to start off with 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and then taste it. Sometimes the pumpkins vary in sweetness, so I want to make sure that I'm not going to over sweeten this so much so that I will not be eating it. So start off with a small amount of sugar, taste, and continue to sweeten to your liking. Traditionally, hobakjuk also has red beans and tteok. However, I really am not a fan of red beans unless it's in bungeopang, and I don't particularly care for tteok in this recipe, so I have omitted those two items. However, if you really like red beans, if you're a fan of tteok, you can definitely add those to your hobakjuk, make it your own, but this is how I like it. And it's quick and easy and doesn't require any additional ingredients. So if you have all of these things in your pantry ready to go ahead and give this a try today and let me know how you like it and leave a comment in the comment section below. As always, guys, thanks for watching and happy eating. 맛있게 드세요.